Welcome back to Sports First, Waiver Wire. If you are in desperate need of a quarterback, if you're in a 10-team league, in a 2-quarterback league, you probably have some of these guys already. If you're in a regular league, 1 quarterback, 10, there's a slim chance you might need one of these guys, as in maybe Daniel Jones, which if you are in a 2-quarterback league, you probably have stashed Deshaun Watson or Zach Wilson. But I'm not in any 2-quarterback leagues. But if you're in a 1-quarterback league and desperate in your quarterback, I don't know if you would have Mac Jones. I don't know what Mac Jones' numbers look like. We can look at that real quick. But Daniel Jones looks like he has some upside because of his running. If you watched last Monday, technically, 2 days ago. But if you watched, Daniel Jones was running out there and it looked like he was doing some good running. But he was being rushed a lot. That's the downside, is the offensive line didn't look like they were holding up too much. If it wasn't Saquon Barkley out there or out there actually doing what he does, I don't know if any other running back could run like that with that offensive line. But yeah, Daniel Jones would probably be one. Jared Goff could be another one just because of his wide receivers. Let's look at his numbers real quick. 13, 15, and 26. Not terrible, not great, but I guess okay. To be honest, I don't know if anybody in my league is going to pick any of these guys up, but if I have room to stash, this is, I believe this is a 12. Let me look. Is this 12? Gotta look at my team real quick. Let's see. Stats. No, I'm not seeing that. This is 14 teams. No, this is the 12. Okay, so in this league, I don't think anybody's going to be picking these guys up, but I would actually somewhat be surprised if anybody actually picked any of these guys up. But quarterbacks is, I don't know, in a 12-team team, maybe even in a 10-team, maybe in a 16-team, then you'd probably want maybe Daniel Jones. But let's get to the other. The thing is, it's week 3, or we're going to week 4. So a lot of these waiver wire stuff, you should have already had it done pretty much. Running back, James Cook didn't look too bad, but then again, you got 3 in the back, and it's not so great. With Singletary, Cook, and Moss. One to stash, most of you probably have him stashed. Everybody's talking about the stash of Cal Agia, which is a pretty good one. I don't know about Pacheco or McKenzie because they got a 3-headed snake, but CEH is the one who's getting all the work. Enzo Benjamin could be one. I don't know about Chuba. Zach Moss and Cooks, I would rather go with Cooks because he looks like he's getting more of the running, or rather the passing yards. So that's pretty good, I guess. But this is a 12-man league, so some of these guys in the 14-team one are already picked up. So some of you guys might have already picked these guys up. And Alvin Kamara, Ingram could be a good pickup because Alvin Kamara was dealing with a rib injury, but he's not questionable anymore from what I saw, and I have him. So it's and then Elijah Mitchell. I'm not sure on his status or when he's going to be back, but he's in injured reserve, so that's like 3 to 4 weeks. So he's not going to be back for a little bit. So Jeff Wilson's pretty good to have. Let's go to wide receivers real quick. Anybody I missed? Gus Edwards out. Marlon Mack. He was a top back in the day. Maybe Samaje Perine. Piran could be actually a really good one because he had himself a really good game, and um, Mixon is questionable. But other than that, Boston Scott, I can't say too much about. Breida got some touches, but not good enough. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to wide receivers. See if there was. I think wide receivers is the big thing this week. See, in our league, when a 12-team league, this league is a 12-team league. I'm sure I already had George Pickens, and I dropped him. Devin Duvernay. The biggest one is probably Romeo Dobbs, because well, it's just looking like that Aaron Rodgers is going to be going to him, and I'm sure Alan Lazard was out there too, and he still kept going to him. So that's probably the biggest. Sterling Shepard was out, so Richie James for me is probably an ad. Or I mean, because he was already getting decent numbers. He was getting six, and five. He had already had 6, 6, and 5 targets, and that was while Tony was well. The first week Tony was out there and Shepard was out there, and he still got those numbers. So you'd expect they get better. Zay Jones, also another ad. He's already had 11 and 11 targets. Wandell Robinson could be the other guy because Giants apparently like him, and they drafted him second round. Cole Beasley, I don't know if he could, because I mean, as soon as Mike Evans and Mullen come back, that's a no. For the Packers, it's your Romeo. KJ Osborne, I don't know about. I mean, KJ is a beast, but with also a three-headed wide receiver snake, I don't know about that. Maybe he could do something, but still. Justin Jefferson would need to go down, or somebody else, as in Thielen, would also need to go down, or some shit. But don't see that happening. Corey Davis, I don't know. Questionable. Odell still hasn't signed with a team. Who else? Isaiah McKenzie, since Davis injured, no. But Devin Duvernay, I think is a good option because he just keeps getting touchdowns. But I think that's more in a 14-team league, or you can have him in a 12. But that's if you're desperate and you don't really have anybody. Maybe if you lost Sterling Shepard. But Treylon Burks, I feel like could eventually do something like later down the line because he looks pretty good out there, to be honest. I mean, I've seen him do some stuff after the catch, so not terrible. But Robert Woods he looks better. Robert Word looks better game after game. So for wide receivers, yeah, there's a pretty good amount of wide receivers you can pick up. Even Devontae Parker, but Mac Jones went down, so that's also iffy. Christian Watson would have been a good pickup, but he just hasn't lived up to somewhat hype. Actually, Romeo Dobbs was getting hype anyway. So, but he was the earlier pick. But he, what was it, during the first game where he dropped that 50-yarder or whatever that was going to end up being. So that not looking so good for him, I'm pretty much saying. He's injured, though. Questionable. Injured or questionable? One of two. Van Jefferson. Well, I didn't realize he was available in our 12 team. Probably going to end up, there's a chance I'll stash him. But then again, Romeo Dobbs is available, so I'm probably going to go for him. Even though he's actually, him and Georgia Pickens, I got them both and then just got rid of both of them. But that's because I was in need of a quarterback. Oh, and Marcus Mariota is another quarterback if you were in need. Because the thing with Daniel Jones and Marcus Mariota is just the running. It's like the biggest thing, But I don't know if there are lines that are going to hold up and if they're going to throw some INTs and whatever. Tight ends. Cole Kmet, I dropped Cole Kmet. Probably most of y'all dropped. Let's see how much leagues he's available in. Rostered in 47. Some people had hope. I did too. I was close to not dropping him, but just had to do it. Evan Ingram, probably a tight end I'm probably going to most likely pick up. But him, I don't remember anybody else getting anything this week, at least for a 12-teamer. But yeah, Evan Ingram, if he's available, he's probably the best. Tyler Conklin, most people probably decided to pick him up. Other than that, for tight ends. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was trying to make sure, but sabotage out.